All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're talking about an invisible saboteur in your home. Seriously, it's this unseen threat constantly disrupting your digital life. You can't see it, you definitely can't hear it, but it is absolutely bouncing around your living room right now, just wreaking havoc on all your devices.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You're streaming a movie, or maybe you're in the middle of a super important video call, and someone walks into the kitchen to heat up some leftovers, and boom, your Wi-Fi just drops dead. So why exactly does your Wi-Fi drop when you heat up lunch? It feels like this weird, kind of frustrating coincidence, but I promise you, no way, it's not. It's actually physics in action. So the true culprit behind these daily digital annoyances is something called radio frequency interference, or RFI. You might also hear it called electromagnetic interference. Basically, RFI is just the disruption of radio signals by other electronic devices that are spitting out electromagnetic radiation in the exact same frequency range. So your carefully crafted wireless network is literally getting drowned out by invisible noise from completely unrelated stuff in your house.
And the sheer scale of what we're dealing with here is just incredible. These invisible electromagnetic waves, they move at mind-bending speeds. We're talking nearly 300,000 kilometers per hour. And here's the kicker. They scarcely even slow down as they pass through the air, water, or even the solid objects in your home, like your walls. They're constantly zipping through your living space, and really, they only cause a noticeable problem when they crash into the wrong electronic circuits.
Section 1. The crowded, noisy room. Visualizing wireless congestion.
Okay, so it really helps to have a mental model of how this interference actually behaves in the air right around you. Imagine you're at a huge concert, right? And everyone is just shouting over each other, making it completely impossible to hear. This brilliantly illustrates exactly what's happening to your router. When too many Wi-Fi devices try to talk on the exact same channel, they literally have to wait their turn to speak. They're basically too polite to talk over each other. So this constant waiting, this competing for airtime, it totally destroys your network's response times and causes that dreaded buffering. Now, it's absolutely crucial to differentiate between the types of interference. First, we have Wi-Fi radio-based interference. That's the people shouting on the same channel. Think of your neighbor's router competing with yours, or just having way too many laptops going in one house. But then we have non-Wi-Fi interference. This is when appliances crash the party. They aren't trying to communicate on your network at all, but they are blasting out electromagnetic noise anyway, which entirely disrupts the conversation.
Moving on to Section 2. Microwaves and signal drops. Household appliances as culprits.
Let's go ahead and unmask these everyday items. Some of the most common sources of non-Wi-Fi interference in your home include microwave ovens, cordless phones, Bluetooth devices, baby monitors, and actually even older fluorescent lights. Remember that question earlier about heating up your lunch? Well, when you turn on a microwave oven, it leaks a small, perfectly safe amount of electromagnetic radiation. But that radiation physically disrupts the radio waves your router is trying to send, causing actual, measurable Wi-Fi signal drops.
So why do these specific devices cause so much trouble? It all comes down to the 2.4 gigahertz band. This is a highly crowded frequency that's shared by Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and, well, a ton of those household devices we just listed. Because it has such great range and passes through thick walls really easily, the 2.4 gigahertz frequency is the industry standard. But that same feature makes it uniquely vulnerable to becoming an overcrowded, super noisy battlefield right there in your living room.
Section 3. Smart home security risks. When annoyance becomes vulnerability.
Now we're moving way past the annoyance of just a buffering video. When a stray electromagnetic wave makes contact with a copper wire or part of a circuit in your home, it actually induces an abnormal voltage into that path. And the stronger the invisible wave is, the higher the voltage generated. This means stray energy from something as simple as a fluorescent light or a radio transmitter can literally get inside the passive infrared sensors and security cameras that are supposed to be protecting your house, completely throwing off their electronic circuits. And honestly, this leads to a pretty terrifying reality. If your expensive smart home security system isn't properly shielded from RFI, the symptoms are severe. You might get false alarms that are triggered by absolutely nothing but invisible energy. Or, even worse, you could experience a complete failure to alarm when there's an actual breach. You might see distorted camera footage, or entirely lost footage that creates huge blind spots. Basically, RFI can render these smart home security systems completely unreliable.
Section 4. Emergency Services and Safety, the Life Safety Connection.
All right, let's turn the dial to maximum urgency here. For medical devices and life safety systems, a stable wireless connection isn't just a nice-to-have luxury. It is a strict, non-negotiable requirement. In fact, FDA guidance regarding wireless medical devices states the design must assure timely, reliable, accurate, and secure data and wireless information transfer. When emergency alarms or critical medical monitors have to compete for a limited radio frequency spectrum with, say, a baby monitor or a neighboring public hotspot, that wireless coexistence turns into a massive life safety risk.
And this brings us right to a really critical network concept, quality of service, or QoS for short. QoS is basically the necessary level of performance, encompassing reliability, transfer rate, and crucially, priority levels for time-critical signals. Think about it. If life safety devices are forced to wait in line behind a laptop, downloading some huge file just because the RF spectrum is crowded, well, the resulting signal latency, or delay, could be incredibly dangerous.
Section 5. Defending your home network, protecting the victim and the source.
Okay, so how do we actually fix this? It's time to build a concrete defense plan for your home. Based on the data, here are 4 really practical steps you can take. Step 1, install ferrite filters on your alarm cables to keep that stray RFI out of the controls. Step 2, physically rearrange your equipment to separate your Wi-Fi router from interfering devices. Step 3, update your network firmware to ensure optimal security and performance. And Step 4, simply log into your router and switch Wi-Fi channels to avoid the crowded ones that all your neighbors are using. When you're implementing these fixes, network engineers actually look at 2 main strategies. You can focus on protecting the victim, which basically means adding shields or filters to receiving devices, like your alarm control panels, so they just ignore the noise. Or you can focus on suppressing the source, which means putting filters on transmitting devices, like computers that use digital waveforms with high harmonic content, so they literally stop leaking interference out into your home in the first place.
But how do you actually know if your defenses are working? Well, you need to understand your signal-to-noise ratio, or SNR. This is a key metric indicating if your Wi-Fi signal is strong enough to clearly stand out from all that background electromagnetic noise we've been talking about. A high SNR means your signal is loud and clear, and your network is super healthy. A low SNR? That means the invisible saboteur is winning, and you definitely need to take further action to suppress the noise or boost your signal.
So the really crucial point we're left with today is this final thought. Take a look around your living room. Is your home network truly protecting you, reliably transmitting your security and safety data? Or is it just aimlessly competing for airspace in a totally crowded, noisy room? I'd encourage you to take a closer look at your device placement today and see what invisible saboteurs you can eliminate. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you on the next one.